Welcome back to the 3 Points Podcast. I'm your host, Mark, joined with my co-host, as always, Luke Yates. How are you going, man?
What is going on, everybody?
All right, so, hope everyone's doing well, and if you're not, well, we're going to do a 3 Points episode where we talk about football for an hour. And
so your day will improve. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure we'll, everyone loves talking about football.
We're going to expose ourselves right now. We are doing this for a second time. Luke again, well, sorry, not Luke, me. I did forget to press the mic button and to turn it on. So we recorded about 10 minutes into it.
Well, this is starting to become a weekly segment. So just after the intro now, we're now going to do this weekly thing where we just normally give a shout out to Audacity, but not a good shout out. We'll just say, fuck Audacity, you're a bunch of shit.
This time it is Audacity's fault. I'm not taking blame. We'll blame Audacity. 100%.
They should have said what microphone you're using before you clicked record. And then we would have realised, it was no audio show. You could have gave us some warning message, no audio recording. But hey, look, fuck you, Audacity. Lick my bollock. All right. Anyway, indoor football. How'd you go, man?
Oh yeah, so indoor. We had indoor last night. We lost 7-3. Don't want to discredit ourselves there. It sounds like a bad scoreline, but you got to remember this is indoor. Goals get banged in within like 3 seconds of kickoff, which happened to us last night. Yeah. But no, we had a lot of fill-ins last night, so we kind of scraped the team together. Heads up to anybody starting a team with any of their friends. Make sure you can get players that can play week in, week out. And this is no diss to anybody on West Ham and the 14 side because everyone has work. But, it is kind of fucking stressful when you have to pay $74 and you're trying to scrape together 6 boys. Yeah. So it's only $12 per player. Yeah. But no, a lot of them just want to say a quick shout out to a couple of the lads who did come down last night. Matthew Baxter, we actually didn't mention before. Yep. He came down, put a shift in, even though he was late by half an hour. But, no disrespect. He didn't realize the time of kickoff. Ben came down, and I think Ben's an absolute lad. I really appreciate him coming down. Shout out Spurs fan. So we won't give him too much credit, but good lad came down, filled in for us, and then obviously no other than Mr. Owen Townsend, great player. Could score more though. Let's be real. The amount of shots this guys have in a game is insane. I mean, last night he had about 10 shots that fucking hit the bar, hit the post, hit the keeper, hit anywhere but the back of the net. But no, it was a good game. I just want to talk a little bit about it. We started off the game 0-0, ended up going 2-2 into the first half. So going into the second half, we were 2-2. Had a little halftime team talk, the Sunday League-esque style. Yeah. Come on, lads, get together. Yeah. We've got this, because like I said to you before, our team, our boys, we aren't all ballers, Yeah. Like we don't all play fucking football week in, week out. There's only a couple lads that do in the team. So not everyone in the team has actually ever even kicked a football before, Yeah. So to be 2-2 against a team of players that fucking look like a bunch of fucking full kit wankers with their fucking pink Everton shirts, and I mean, no offense to all the Evertonians, but like, come on, mate, like you're wearing the shorts, the socks, the kit, it's looking a bit bad. But no, we went in 2-2. A couple rough decisions given against us from the refs. I'm not going to name names, but not really a big fan of him. Was a bit unfair and unjustified, but you got to respect the referees, as they say. But when second half 2-2, unfortunately we end up losing 7-3. As you can tell, the second half wasn't our gravy. But yeah, overall good game. I just want to keep you guys updated because I think the little indoor thing we have going at the moment is quite cool. I mean, at the moment we've actually won 1, lost 1, and drawn 1, which is so far better than us completely last season when we only won 1 for the whole season. Yeah. But no, we're actually looking to improve. And it's a good little kick around. So yeah, shout out to all the boys who come down each week. We do appreciate it, nonetheless. Yeah, but
100%. So let's move into the first game of a pretty action-packed week. Did we do a podcast last week or 2 weeks ago?
Last week. We actually did one last week, yeah.
All right, so that's a little bit consistency for you.
We're getting some consistency going, boys.
2021, the year of like the consistency.
We love it, love it.
Right, so the first week of an action-packed week, we head over to European fixtures, which is Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid. Correct. You guys won 2-0. Give us a rundown. Give us a score.
What a great game. First of all, really, 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 really impressed with the way we played. I think you can definitely see the impact Tuchel's had on this side now. I think it's cemented in stone, and that if you don't include the weekend's game, that was 13 games unbeaten, which we are now in current moment 14 games unbeaten, with no goals conceded in over 11 hours of football, which is absolutely insane. And coming up against a side like Atletico Madrid, who are known for their goals they get in the Liga. I mean, they are top of the Liga right now. Let's not forget that, with teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid in the same league as them, And we absolutely wiped the floor with them. I mean, they had a very couple chances early on. A big situation happened with Aspie, bringing down Carrasco in the box, which was a foul. As a Chelsea fan, I can happily say that it was a foul, was a penalty.
Yep.
And like I said to you before, Mike, it should have been a red card. I mean,
how
we got away with that, and especially in this day and age of football, we've seen them given before in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Even if the ball was never going near him, the ball was going straight to Mendy. Mendy had a clear view of the ball and was going to pick it up regardless. But Aspie's grabbed him, pulled him down, and it was a clear foul every day and night. So I don't know how we got away with that, but that kind of set the scene for the game, I think. I think it set that scene of, this is our game. In other games in Champions League times we've had before, it's been given against us. Penalties have been given away. Players sent off. We've had these kind of dramas before.
Yeah.
So to have something like that go in our favour, I think it's kind of set the scene for the rest of the game. But I'll go into the starting formation. So if you were here last week, I don't know if I did a predicted formation, or maybe that was on my own channel. If you're not subscribed already, go check that out. Link will be in the description and in the top right. I predicted 9 out of the 11 players right. Would have got 10. Yeah. But Christensen fell ill the night before.
Yeah.
So I'll go through my lineup that I did predict. If you didn't hear it already, I predicted to have Havertz on the left. Havertz down the middle. On the left of him, Werner. On the right of him, Callum Hudson-Odoi. With a centre-mid pairing of Kante and Kovacic, as obviously Jorginho and Mount was suspended from this game. With the left wing back being Alonso. Alongside of him, Rudiger. Christensen in the middle. Aspie on the right. And then right wing back having Reece James. And then obviously in goal, Mendy. Now, the only two players I didn't get right was obviously Christensen, because he fell ill, who would have started, which is what Tuchel said. Zuma ended up stepping in for him. And on the right, Ziyech obviously started. Now, the Ziyech appearance was actually quite surprising for a lot of us Chelsea players. Ziyech hasn't really featured a lot in a lot of Tuchel's sides this season.
Yeah.
Mainly due to his inconsistencies and, adapting to Tuchel's style of football. As we all know, if you have seen Hakim Ziyech play, he's an absolute baller, really creative midfield player, really creative winger, should I say. Has a hell of a fucking peg on him. I think he is right-footed. Correct me if I'm wrong, might be left-footed. I'm not too sure. But has an absolute pinger of a foot on him. Like, can ping the ball no matter how far with those skinny fucking chicken legs of his. Can ping it no matter where. I think the reason he started was Tuchel came out and said because of his experience with Ajax in the 2019-2020 campaign. Getting to the semi-finals, I believe Ajax got to before they were knocked out. And Ziyech obviously had a big part to play in that. He had that experience, so that's why Thomas Tuchel trusted him in that and put him in this game. But yeah, I just want to talk about a couple players in this game that really stood out for me. Number one being fucking Kante. I think this guy is an absolute GOAT. Obviously in recent months, he's kind of dropped off in form due to injuries, and we had to protect him a little bit because he's a fucking machine. Yeah. And I don't know if you saw, did you see his 94th minute run in that game?
No.
Covered 100 meters in 11 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
In the 94th minute. He played the whole game.
Yeah. That's insane.
It's insane. And he didn't even get the ball, by the way. So it just shows like he made that
his
whole
commitment,
run.
yeah.
And then Emerson ended up scoring that goal in the 94th minute.
Yeah.
But we'll break down the game. I think Rudiger as well. Special shout out to him. Rudiger and Kovacic, again, played amazing. I think Rudiger under Thomas Tuchel this season has been absolutely amazing. Me and you had this conversation a couple months ago talking about it. Why Rudiger wasn't getting into Lampard's side. I know you asked me that question, and I did give you the response of he was just a bit inconsistent for me. He was making a lot of stupid decisions in the box. He was quite an aggressive player. If you've seen Rudiger, he's so funny. Yeah. Like, this guy will get in people's faces, which he did in this game with Savage, and get them sent off, but we'll get into that later. Rudiger's a big boy, big German boy. He loves his fights. He loves his fucking arguments. And to be honest, I love him. Yeah. I fell in love with him this season. Like, he's been absolutely crucial to Tuchel's side and the way we play. And I think him staying at Chelsea was the right decision. It's almost like he knew something was going to happen before it happened. Because press conferences came out when he wasn't getting played, and he said he was happy to stay at Chelsea and work his way back into the team. And for me, that shows a true winner and a true player for a club. Someone that's happy to be benched for a couple months and, work his way back into the side. Yeah. And, he waited. Thomas Tuchel came in, played him, and now he's been playing the best football of his life. And same with Christensen. But, I just feel like we absolutely dominated Atletico. And let's not forget, Atletico are a good side. In the Liga, they're top. Against the likes of, like I said, Real Madrid, Barcelona, You know, a lot of big sides in the Liga that people forget about, even Villarreal, you know, all these sides that play good football and they've been dominating, and they come up against us with the likes of Suarez in form, with the likes of João Felix, Sayul, Koke, like all these good players, and made them obsolete, you know?
Yeah.
I think it was a good performance from Tuchel. I think he got the game plan completely right. I think we outplayed him in all aspects on the part, from the defense to the midfield to the attack. Werner, for me, stepped up again. Could have had a couple chances which he could have took, but it was some good saves from Oblak. And this time it actually was good saves.
You'd rather hear them being saves than misses, you know 100%. What I mean? Like, you'd rather hear a couple of good saves than should have had a couple of goals and it just went over the crossbar or too wide or snatched his shot. So, yeah, no, I'm glad to hear that.
He played well. I think it does annoy me still that his assists are way better than his goals because his ball...
signed a goal scorer.
Yeah, he's ball into Ziyech to get the first goal, and the link-up play in the middle. So it went sprints back, slide tackles, kick, defends it, gets up, ball breaks to Havertz. Havertz plays a 1-2 with plays a through ball into Havertz. Werner sprints down the left wing and absolutely pegs it, perfect power on it into the middle, makes the defender straight to Ziyech, which, let's be real, Ziyech got a very lucky goal. Slipped under Oblak's, almost under his little arm, slips under his arm, goes into the back of net to make it 1-0 to Chelsea in the first half an hour. And it took the pressure off a little bit, you know. Gave you that confidence that we could actually do this. I mean, the whole time I thought we could because we played way better than Atletico did. I think Suarez was in Rudiger's back pocket. I'm pretty sure he's still trying to get out now. I think he's still trying to escape Rudiger's back pocket. So if you do find Suarez, let me know. Because I couldn't find him. He was just got taken off in the 60th minute in the Poland game. You know, his pace is gone. There was a moment in the first half where Suarez goes through on goal and Rudiger absolutely bodies him like a little baby. And I think it was so good to see. And when he gets up, he just points at Suarez like that, and it's almost to let him know, you know. Because let's not forget, you know, Suarez has been involved in a lot of racism things. Biting.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Classic Suarez,
What happened with Ivanovic with the biting. He's not the nicest of players, you know, but we can't say separate, but politically probably not the most player there is. And Rudiger let him know that, you know, he's not happy with how he is as a player, and he didn't like him, and you could see in that game Rudiger let him know he was there. Same with Zuma. But yeah, breaking down into the second half, I feel we came out, we looked a lot better. We looked a lot sharper in the second half than we did in the first. I think the first half Atletico built a bit more into it than I would have liked. I think they had a lot more chances than they did in the first game, which we did expect. We spoke about this. Like I said, with the likes of João Felix doing some tricky things in the first half, but second half we shut them out a lot more. And it was kind of sad to see Atletico just kind of give the game up. I feel like they had nothing more to offer. Sayol didn't really produce anything that he can produce when he's at his best. I mean, one of the best centre mids in the world when he's on his best. And I truly believe that. And if any of you don't believe that, go watch his highlights in the Liga. One of the best centre mids I've seen, the way he holds the ball up. Same with Koke. I think he's one of those players. Koke's so aggressive, always on the ball, always winning the ball back. And even though he did do that in the Chelsea game, he just didn't offer anything going forward, which is what he normally offers. But yeah, Chelsea looked good in the second half. Emerson comes on the last 5 minutes to go. Comes on when comes on. Makes the break for it. Kante does his insane run, which I just told you about, the 100 meters in 11 seconds. Ball breaks to Ziyech. Ziyech plays it through to Emerson. Emerson takes a touch, bangs it, first touch of the game, into the bottom right-hand corner, and does what Werner's always been trying to do. It was a great finish, and it wrapped the game up 2-0.
Yeah, and that's a brilliant fucking summary that you've just come up with. But like I said to you last week, I know you were disappointed about 0-0 against Leeds.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Like I said, now you think about it, would you rather have drawn 0-0? I reckon Thomas Tuchel said, look, we're comfortable top four at the moment, all right?
Yeah.
Don't go get your legs broken. Their Leeds are quite a
aggressive side,
you know. Keep it compact, keep it tight. Don't let any
we score,
goals
but
in.
if we don't, it's not the end of the world,
Champions League is more of the bigger fixture, and that's midweek. You know, we've got a couple of days. You know, you go run yourself ragged against Leeds.
Get any injuries, any niggles.
Yeah, not even like physically fit to play against Atletico. So no, you're through to the next round, and you've now drawn. Well, the draws now are Borussia Dortmund, Manchester City,
correct.
Liverpool, Madrid, Bayern, PSG, the repeat of the final of last year, and Chelsea and Porto.
Yeah.
Now you don't want to underestimate Porto. You don't want to go complacent.
Interesting you say that as well.
Yeah, because they knocked out Juventus. But how do you think the game's going to go? Are you playing away first or home first?
We are playing, I think, home first at Stamford Bridge. But can you double check that for me?
Yep.
And sorry, before we get into that, I did want to mention one thing about the Atletico game. Savage did get sent off for the red card. I don't know if you saw that. He elbowed Rudiger in the chest.
Yeah.
Rudiger kind of got under his skin in the box, doing what Rudiger does, which I fucking love about him. And I don't know if you've seen the David Luiz tackle that happened months ago as well against Liverpool back in like about 3, maybe not months ago, probably 3 years ago, where he's got tackled and he goes down smiling. Yeah. Rudiger did the same thing, gets elbowed in the chest, goes down, makes it like he's in pain, and he smiles, and the red card gets shown to Savage. But yeah, that was just something I want to touch upon. I think a lot of people did bring that up, saying that it was a bit of an unnecessary red card. Like I say, it's violent conduct. If you go to elbow a player and the intent's there, where you're looking at Rudiger and you're charging that elbow back, the refs don't care if how light or how hard you hit them. Yeah. If you can make contact, you make contact.
Was it a straight red?
Straight red.
So VAR has to oversee a straight red. That's always a.
And it got seen, and it was still given. They tried obviously asking for VAR, but refs given it. VAR's obviously checked it. You know, you don't always see the VAR come up on the screen, but obviously the replays came up, and it's clear as day. It's a red card. But I just wanted to touch upon that in the Athletic.
Yeah, well, you're playing Porto away first. Yeah, and that's, to me, you guys have to. That's where you have to score the most amount of goals.
100%.
If you're going to slap them, you need to get like 3 away goals, 4 away goals, because they need to.
So we are away from home first.
You're away from home first, and to me, I think obviously the away fixture always.
It's the most important
one because, you know, if you go in there,
you bag a goal,
if
you
don't concede an away goal, that's even more pressure when you play at home, because if they get one penalty, one corner, you know, then they've got the away goal.
Because it's the second leg, and obviously we're going second leg playing at home, the pressure builds because now you can't let them score. If you haven't scored in that first leg, you cannot afford for them to go 1-0.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you're going to have to go score 2.
So that's big for you guys. But look, you're now at that point in time where, you know, you go through against Porto. If you do, because we can't discredit Porto, you're looking at potentially playing Liverpool, Madrid. They're both winnable games.
Yeah, and we beat Liverpool already this season under Tuchel.
Yeah, and
quite comfortably.
Madrid aren't what they used to be.
Yep, and Madrid are in a kind of a rebuild, kind of messy phase at the moment. Obviously, still, I think in European football,
still elite. But
it's the same with Liverpool. In European football, you cannot underestimate both of these teams.
100%.
Both powerhouses when it comes to European football. Both won so many trophies.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on.
But you're just like us. You've avoided the. I'm sure you wouldn't have wanted to be on the other side.
The only team I really, really did not want in those quarterfinals was Bayern Munich or Man City. Yeah, that's the 2 teams.
And you're away from them.
Yeah, and we're away from them till the finals or till the finals.
Because
we can only verse them now in the finals, which is kind of
100%
situation we've had.
And to me, when you play a team over 2 legs, it's always the better team comes out on top.
Yeah, 100%. Because you see who can really put the work in.
Whereas the final, you can shit out.
You can literally get as lucky as
it's 90 minutes.
We did with it wasn't the final, but the semi-final against Barcelona with Torres when he went through. I know it was a 2-legged game, but it made us look so much like the luck came in. But you know, when it comes to that final leg, you can have jammy moments like the Torres goal, which can send you through. Yeah,
for example, you could be playing City in the final and someone like Stones gets sent off.
Yeah,
and in the 10th minute,
they've got no way of reviving that
8 minutes, and there's not a second leg where they can reverse that mistake. They've got to, so I'm if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd be very glad of that draw, because I wouldn't want to be versing Bayern, PSG, City, or Dortmund, and they've all got versus each other.
Haaland at Dortmund, you got City just in form and best team in Europe right now. Bayern Munich scoring for fun. Lewandowski, one of the best players in the world. Real Madrid, obviously, still a very good team. I don't know how to say his name now. It starts with a V. Can you fact check me?
Who's it?
Vasquez or something? I don't know how to say it. Yeah. But he's absolutely insane right now. One of the young players. His skill is insane. He's coming up. And they still have a strong team, Modric, they still have a really good team. I still think Real Madrid will go far. I don't know if they'll beat Liverpool, though. I think that is a tough team at the moment because, like I said before, Liverpool, when it comes to European football, always seem to come out on top. They're always the underdogs, it seems, and they always do better than what they can. But talking about the Porto draw that we got, we did celebrate it, apparently. Rumours have come out. I don't know if this is true. The FC Porto manager spoke about it. Said that he got reports from the UCL, with the UEFA president, that apparently Chelsea had celebrated it when Porto was drawn.
Yeah.
If that is true or false, if it is true, it's a bit disappointing to hear because you got to respect every team you come against. I mean, if Porto, like you said, beat Juventus, what's to say they can't beat us?
Yeah.
And yes, they didn't beat them in terms of like very clearly. It was obviously on away goal.
Yeah, they just have to be defensively tight and then go and score 1-0.
And you can't disrespect them because guess what? You know, they're in the La Premier Division, probably against teams like Benfica, and they always seem to finish in the top 4. They're a prestigious side, always in European football. So Porto are a very established side and a team you have to respect. And it is, like I said, disheartening to hear we celebrate it if we did. I don't like to believe that though. I feel like as for the credit, a lot of other boys wouldn't have. But I can see the young English boys like Ben Chilwell, maybe a bit of Mason Mount, you know, a couple of the players, Hudson-Odoi, maybe do celebrate in this English culture to be like that. Would be a bit, you know, arrogant sometimes. But yeah, it is a bit disheartening to hear.
Yeah, that is the easiest tie out the whole
But then
chain.
again, that's what I was going to say. You've got to understand, I think, from the player's perspective, you don't, like I said, you don't want to be coming against a Bayern Munich. You don't want to be coming against a PSG, a Man City, even a Dortmund.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have took Liverpool, honestly, because I feel like Liverpool we would have beat just because of the Premier League game, and I think we absolutely cleared them in the Premier League game.
Yeah.
But even Real Madrid, I would have been happy with Real Madrid, but I still do think they're a solid team. Benzema, you never know what he's going to do on any given day.
Yeah, on paper, it's you've got the easiest draw.
100%.
That's who you wanted.
I think everyone wanted Porto. Let's not all act like none of the teams did not want Porto. We all wanted Porto.
The only team I could see that would probably want one of the big ties just because they know that they're good enough is City or Bayern. Just for like the
confidence builder. So if you smash a team like PSG or like a Dortmund, you know you're gonna probably win the game.
Yeah, because City are that fucking good at like.
And at the moment, Stones is playing out of his skin. Ruben
City are
Diaz
that good. They can be like service Dortmund or service Bayern. Give us PSG.
I still think Dortmund will go probably all the way though. I think Dortmund are a team with Haaland right now, Jadon Sancho. They're looking fucking dangerous.
Yeah, it's
it's scary.
The Champions League Final Four is looking.
It's going to be for the neutral as well.
Yeah, no, final six. Sorry,
for the neutral though, going into it, it's going to be so good to watch any game.
Yeah.
Even Chelsea Porto will be a good game to watch. I mean, Real Madrid Liverpool, a great game to watch. Bayern Munich PSG, a great game to watch. Man City Dortmund, another fucking great game to watch as a neutral fan. You know, so I can't wait to watch all these games kick off. I mean, I think it's about 2 weeks away now. Or not even. Yeah, 2 weeks away because we've got the international break, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's the 14th of April, is it? The kickoff? Or?
Might be. I know we're playing Slavia Prague 6th of April, so
yeah, and they just beat Rangers, which we'll get into.
Yeah, so apart from Chelsea, if Chelsea weren't to win the Champions League, you're saying Dortmund's your favourite?
Favourites to win it will still be Bayern. I still think Bayern up there, but what I'm saying is I don't discredit Dortmund or City.
I honestly believe if I was to say like Chelsea aren't going to win it if I was to choose another team, I still think Liverpool should house it.
Yeah,
I think
it's not that. I still think Liverpool, because I even said this on last week's podcast, is I have this really weird feeling about Klopp at the moment where it's like, you know, think of it like a storyline. You know, the narrative. You know, his mom, not to really disrespect him, but you know, his mom passes away. You know, team does shit in the Premier League. They're dropping into like Europa League spots. They're not really fighting for top 4. Obviously, they go and beat Wolves. They're on this bit of form.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be the good end to the season. You know, you go and win the Champions League. You know, 2 seasons in a row. That almost reinstates Liverpool's dominance again, and it gives them another Champions League spot. You know, so
I was reading something from Sky Sports, and you know why it's so important for everyone to finish top 3? If Liverpool and Arsenal finish outside top 4, and we both win the respective competitions, only the top 3 go in the Champions League.
Shit.
That's only.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, obviously.
Because they can't have everybody in it. Yeah,
they can't have everybody in it.
So this is what I was just thinking of then. Actually, as I was about to ask you. So if Liverpool win the Champions League, can they have 5 teams in it? English teams? Can they have obviously the top 4 and then Liverpool? Say Arsenal
they have 5. That's max.
But they can't have 6. So who misses out? 4th place.
4th place.
Shit. So Chelsea.
That's only if Liverpool and Arsenal finish outside top 4, or you know.
Yeah, but at the moment they are outside top 4, and at the moment they're both still respectively in their European
So that's a nightmare scenario.
Has that ever happened in the history?
I know. Yeah, because Tottenham. The first time in yonks finished top 4, and it was like one of the most proudest achievements. And you guys finished outside top 4 and beat Bayern Munich in the Champions League final.
Oh, the
and
Champions
got in
League
there.
final we won.
And you got in there and you knocked them out into the Europa League.
Wow, who won the Europa League though?
I can't remember.
Fuck.
But yeah, so that has happened because I think you were about 8th or something.
Yeah,
7th or 8th
fucking
that
hell.
season. You weren't in the top 4. So
well, that's why we had the interim manager come in.
So if Liverpool go, because I can't see Liverpool in the Europa League next season. I just can't. I don't know why. I just can't. And
I don't see a team like Liverpool beating. If they are, like, it'd be very disheartening to see Klopp fall so low.
That's why for you guys as well. If you get knocked out against Porto, for example. Or you guys want to start trying to get into that.
And I think
spot.
if we do get knocked out against Porto, which I don't think we will, I'm gonna obviously manifest a good result, and I don't really want to talk about it. But on the odd chance we did, I think that would create almost a really scary atmosphere in the camp because now we have to rely on Premier League results, and it becomes that pressure. And I'm not saying players don't perform, but a lot of players tend to make mistakes. But I still think we're experienced side. I'm gonna be honest. I still think we're the favourites to go through against Porto. I think Tuchel will take this game very seriously. I think he will let the players know that, like literate that to the players. You need to take this seriously. This is a big game. If players did celebrate it, I think he'll call them aside and say, look, that's not the attitude we need here. And I think players would have been spoken to if they did celebrate that tie, like the way the reporters suggested. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts? Do you think you're going to go out and take them on, or do you think it's going to be quite a tight game? Do you think it's going to be similar to Atletico? Or?
I think it will be a very much harder game than Atletico, only because I feel like
you're closer to the final.
They're close to the finals, and both teams are going to believe they can win it.
Yeah.
I think Porto are going to be there to prove a point. They're going to be there to say, hey, look, we're like almost like Ajax were. We're here.
It's the underdogs.
Yeah, it's the underdog team, and that's always a scary thing to come against. But I love what Chelsea always do. We always paint ourselves as the underdogs anyway. Tuchel will always do that. Even though he's in his form, he'll say, look, guys, I took over a team. We're still working, still new. Like he's very smart with his press conferences. He said, look, there's a chance. I think he came out recently and said, statistically, we can win it. We have a 1 in 8 chance when we're in the quarterfinals to win the Champions League. We're in the last 8 as well, or last 6 now in the last 4 actually. Last 6 or 4 in the FA Cup as well. So he said about both competitions, yes, we can win it. We've got a 1 in 8, 1 in 6 chance of winning, blah blah blah. So we can win it, and then again, we are Chelsea. We are still rebuilding. We're still going through a moment of a change of management, a change of systems. Players are still yet to get to their best, like Ziyech. He spoke about all these players who are yet to come to their fruition, like Havertz, like Werner. So he'll use that. I think he'll use that as a bit of mentality in the press conference to kind of boost the player. So, it's interesting to see. But do you want to move into Arsenal's
Europa League. So we were we 3-1 up from away in the first leg, and we came into the second leg and we lost 1-0, which obviously, it's disappointing to lose, but you got through.
It's one of those games where it's like, I watched the game. You didn't have one of your best games.
No, and I was quite disappointed with Aubameyang. He had 2 clear sitters.
So many sitters at the start.
I don't know what's happened with Aubameyang, man. I feel like
it's almost like he left his shooting boots at home, and even his first touch and everything just seems so not like him.
I think, and as well, like you look at the beginning of the season where the whole thing about like, his mum was ill, sort of thing. He hasn't been right since he signed the deal. And I'm not saying that it, and this is where I'm saying I'm not saying that he signed it and he's given up. I feel like there might be something going on behind the scenes between him and Arteta.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because to drop him out the side against Tottenham.
Maybe, and you've got a really big point here. Maybe, he feels almost like feels maybe Arteta's being too harsh on him.
Yeah, maybe.
Or trying to use him as an example, and he doesn't like that. He feels like he's been set out there to dry and to be like, look, if I can do it to Aubameyang, and I think he feels almost targeted, like bullied in a sense.
And I honestly think that Aubameyang missed those shots on purpose.
Conspiracy.
I genuinely think he's done that to send.
Well, the first one he skied it over the crossbar.
Yeah, and that's not Aubameyang.
And it
don't
was
do
like
that.
so. And normally he composed very. Like I'm not gonna lie, when I watched Aubameyang back in like 2 seasons ago, top bins every single time, and not even accidental top bins. Like you could know what he meant to do.
Yeah.
Like this season, those 2 shots he had in the first half, one of them was an absolute sit. He just fucking skied, and then one of them he hit, I think, wide or so poorly hit.
No, I honestly think he's probably sent a message to Mikel by doing that and by saying, look, you drop me next time. These are the chances I get, and I'm skying them.
But surely, my reaction would be, maybe that's just how players react though. And I'm not getting paid fucking $250,000 a week.
You'd want to go score,
but I would want to go score because I want to prove to the manager he should play me.
So I don't know what's happening with the Aubameyang, but anyway, we lost 1-0. Saka had a big chance to score.
I saw that, yep.
That and against West Ham, and we'll talk about the West Ham game later. But I don't know. I feel like Saka's really burnt out at the moment.
Yeah, he's
And now
almost like the weight was on his shoulders.
Yeah,
and the fans are putting a lot of pressure on.
Yeah, he's only a 19-year-old lad, you know.
I
And,
mean, I see the Instagram comments. Saka's are young this, young that.
Yeah. So I think Saka needs to have a break because honestly, it's going to be on. We need the like.
Even if you bring him on as an impact sub for one of the games, mate, you know what I mean.
Just
like
for one
even
or
against
two
Slavia,
games,
if you don't start him and you bring him on in the 60th minute or something like that.
But yeah, Saka's going to be vital for us winning the Europa League. Aubameyang,
Lacazette,
Smith Rowe, yeah, even Lacazette, man.
He's
you
been
know,
in form recently.
Yeah, no, Lacazette's been fucking incredible, man. And like I've always said, I'd rather Lacazette down the middle, and yeah, he proved it against West Ham. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, the night kind of went better after I had a look at the results of the other games because I'm trying to see who's going through because we're all playing it on the same night sort of thing. And fucking Tottenham go and bottle a 2-0 lead to Dinamo Zagreb.
I watched the game because I got a bit bored, so I was like, I'll click on the Tottenham because I was like, I saw they had a 2-0 aggregate, you know, so I'm
so you think,
I click into it, mate, you know? And I'm watching this guy go down light and just smack it top bins.
Dinamo did not get one away
goal. You know their manager's got...
He was in prison.
For fraud.
Yeah.
Right.
Dinamo didn't get one away goal. Tottenham were playing away. If Kane got 2 sitters and missed them, if he'd got at least one of them, they go through.
Well, did you see Mourinho's post-match press conference about it? And
of course, I fucking definitely.
Bro, he did not hold back. He said some things in the most like politically correct way, and that's not like Mourinho, but he was so humbled in that game. He said, "Look, it's got to a point now where teams don't play for teams; they play for individuals." And he's noticed that. He goes, "You can't expect me to have a team that does well when they're not even willing to put in 100% effort, and then they're literally forgetting." And like I know we spoke about it, but you know they're forgetting almost like like they underestimate them so badly. First of all, they wrote them off like that's what I'm worried Chelsea are gonna do with Porto, but they wrote them off. They didn't play as a team. I mean, it was the worst performance I've seen from any Tottenham side that I've ever watched. Like I've had the not pleasure, but had the chance of watching. Yeah. Because that's real. Watching Tottenham's never a pleasure. But they just did not look like a coherent team, and I don't know how Mourinho could sit there and almost even try to defend him in that post-match conference. And I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad Lloris called them out as well. Yeah. I think the one thing is they came back and obviously they beat Villa on the weekend, which is a good step in the right direction. 2-0. But going back. Yeah,
but like what I was saying last week, I said, look, why didn't Tottenham come out and take the game to us? A team that doesn't like people being in our faces. West Ham did it, and they went 3-0 up.
Yeah, we spoke about this. I mean, you got
then Tottenham going to Dinamo Zagreb in the exact same mentality. They thought, right, let's sit back. Why? You're 2-0 up. Why sit back? If you then concede one, then go right.
One word, trust. He doesn't trust his team.
But if you go get one goal, you're through. And I think, and that's what I'm saying.
There was no heart though as well. There was no. They literally were time wasting at one point. They were like passing around the back, and they made so many stupid mistakes. Where obviously Dynamo went through and literally took those chances. That guy scored a fucking hat-trick. I think.
Yeah, Orsic. Yeah, man, he was a fucking.
What a player he was that night.
But no, honestly, I think when you have a look at where Dinamo Zagreb is in the reputation of what the club is in Europe and compared to Tottenham. They're not the top Tottenham, but they are a big side in English football, one of the big sides. That has to be one of the best European comebacks
in history. Yeah, 100%.
Because you're 2-0 down, you didn't get an away goal, and you go and beat Tottenham 3-0.
It should have been a bread and butter game for Tottenham. It should have been easy. It should have been 100%. So easy, and it wasn't.
100%. They should have wrapped it up in the first half and said, right, Kane, you come off because we got Villa coming up. Bale, you come off because we got Villa come up. Give some youngsters. We're going through. They need to score 4 now. But no, they went out. They did field their strongest line.
Even the Tottenham legend, and I don't know what his name now is on one of the no, on the punditry on one of the Sky Sports.
Tim Sherwood.
Might have been Sherwood, yeah. One of them came out and just said it was the most heartless and gutless performance he's ever seen from a Tottenham side.
That's the Tottenham moment of the week. But anyway, so the draws happened. United got Granada, Ajax got Roma, Dinamo Zagreb got Villarreal, and Arsenal got Slavia Prague. Now, I was exactly like you. I don't want to be on the other side. Yeah. The other side of the 3 heavyweights, I don't want to verse.
So you were happy with the
I'm happy with that, but I'm not happy with if we go through, we've got to verse Villarreal. Unai Emery versus Mikel Arteta.
Villarreal's obviously...
And Unai Emery's record in Europa League is phenomenal. Like, although he got us embarrassed by Chelsea in the final. He took us to a final.
He took us to a final. Hazard still dismantled you guys,
and
but it is what it is.
We got him as a manager because of his European
success,
League success, and he's gone and done it multiple times with Sevilla and all these sort of teams, and it's going to be that sort of thing. And I think that might be a bit personal for Mikel. I think you'll kind of be sitting there like saying to the players, like, don't fucking embarrass me. I was here to replace. I was replaced by Unai. Like I replaced Unai. Don't make the fans and everyone else feel
like this was a bad decision.
This is a bad decision because Unai's in the final and I'm not. Obviously, one step at a time. But Slavia Prague's a very favourable draw. We've got to take it. Again, no defensive errors. We need to sort of, tie.
You can't perform how you did against Olympiakos. In that second leg.
Yeah, we got to tighten things up. I don't know whether the second leg was due to like the Tottenham mentality. We're through. Just chill. Because, again, we should have won the game.
I mean, you had more chances, but you did get beat on possession just slightly. But you had the more clear-cut chance. You had, on the stat sheet anyway, you had the more clear-cut chances.
I thought,
12 shots of 5 on target compared to just looking then. Olympiakos only had 8 shots on goal to 2 on target. So,
So, we looked really sloppy in certain parts of the game. And then when we brought Partey on, it kind of made things look a little bit more comfortable. And then Martinelli came on. And it was like, yeah, that's cool. And he got someone sent off within like literally a minute of him being on the pitch. But yeah, so I'm happy with the draw. United got the easiest draw of the lot. They got Granada, so they go into the semi-finals. I say, because if they don't go through to the semi-finals, that's.
I mean, Oli at the moment. I mean, he's under a bit not pressure, but
he doesn't like the cup.
Yeah, he lost against in the FA Cup. So.
Yeah. And then Ajax versus Roma. So one of the big boys got to go there. Dinamo Zagreb, which could have been Tottenham. It could have been the Tottenham Arsenal semi-final, which I'm very glad that's not happening.
I literally forgot that's not going to happen anymore. Obviously Nats just clicked in my head as well.
I thought we would meet Tottenham again in the.
Well, now don't have to worry about that.
Europa League.
You can stress less now.
I just don't want to verse United in the final now because that would be pretty shit. I'd rather get. I think
get
United by
even though what I just said then, it kind of counteracts this point. I still think United's a scary team to come against. I think just the history of it all and they're one of those teams that when their players do click and perform, they fucking play good football. Obviously, Bruno, quality player.
United's never scored against Arteta in 3 games.
That's a good stat going in. That's a good stat for you boys as well.
So we beat them 2-0 in Arteta's first ever win for Arsenal. Yeah. And then we beat them 1-0 when
which I was there. Yeah.
And 0-0. So at the moment, it's 3-0 on aggregate over 3 games. So
it might show you that Arteta might have Ole in his back pocket in terms of tactics. He may know how this guy plays and knows how to outplay him.
Yeah, so I'm going in it confidently. Obviously,
still going to beat what's in front of you, though.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to be looking at the final yet. It's step by step, but we've got. I think we are one of the favourites to win the Europa League, and if we win the Europa League, that speeds our rebuild up by 2 years.
100%.
We got the finances. We got the able to say the Champions League. Come play in the Champions League. However, I don't think we've got the talent to be playing in the Champions League like we used to. But it's a start. And it all depends. If we do win the Europa League, we need to have the near enough perfect transfer window because if we start signing these. Oh, this player might work out. This player might not.
You need some proven players.
We'll go in and we'll get slapped by Bayern again 5-1, or we'll go get slapped by PSG or someone like that. But if you go out and you go and say, right, we want to get Odegaard permanently, 40 million done.
And he's been what an impact he's had since. Mate. I mean, that strike he got for his first debut goal, where it was just above the keeper's head.
And
my God!
He orchestrated that comeback against West Ham. But
the little reverse pass to
honestly, he apparently he's liking it at Arsenal. Arteta wants to keep him. Madrid want 40 million for him. I say just don't fuck about with it. Just put 40 million.
But it's Arsenal and Kroenke. He's going to try get
100%.
He's going to try slim him down a little bit. But then again, in recent years, he has slashed the cash.
If we win the Champions League, if we win the Europa League,
he won't have any issue with splashing the cash.
It all just depends on.
Like we said, a lot of clubs rely on those European money and
finances,
competitions to come in. So
because if we don't get any European money, then we got to kind of say, can you take 40 million out of your pocket?
Yeah,
and that's where it's going to be. Difficult to see.
And apparently Real Madrid are really interested in keeping Odegaard.
They see him as part of their future.
Because they've had him since 16, and I remember being back when I was 16 and hearing about Odegaard when he was meant to be the next big thing, the next big player around Madrid, and obviously it didn't quite work out the way everyone thought it was. But now he's back in the spotlight, playing really well, the football that we all predicted him to play.
100%. I think at minimum we'll get him back on another loan like Ceballos.
Yeah.
And then fingers crossed we get Champions League that following season, but look, honestly, if we win the Europa League, it speeds our rebuild up by 2 years. And
yeah, you were saying that. Yeah, I remember you saying it in the private messages actually.
Yeah,
but now I've got a question for you, Mark. Against Sylvia Prague, and did you watch them play Rangers at all, or did you see that game?
No, I saw the whole incident with the racism. Thing about Glenn Kamara, who was also
Steven
in our
Gerrard
academy.
came out, and I'm really glad he spoke his. And for me, Gerrard's one of those managers where he doesn't really have much emotion in his voice, not very emotional manager, but the way he stuck by his player and the gratitude and the loyalty he had shown him, Kamara, I think was absolutely second to none. And the way he still even credited Prague's performance without even bringing, brought the racism into it, but he didn't take away from their performance. So we'll keep it on track with how they played. I think it's going to be not so much a really tough game, but I think it's going to be a game where if Arsenal don't step up, they will get exposed.
100%. They knocked out Leicester and Rangers.
Yeah, and the question I have for you is, do you think it will be a big scoreline, or do you think it'll be a 1-0 kind of game?
I think
it'll be. There's goals in it?
I think there'll be goals in it.
Yeah,
100%. I don't think we don't struggle to score, and defensively we don't struggle to concede with our own errors.
You've got better since. I know you still make the scoreboard errors, but Arteta has brought some kind of
100%. And I think now the international breaks come up, the boys that are not being called up, Arteta can have another week or two to just say, look, there's no game, let's just fucking fix up our defence, and he can sort of sit down with them and mentor them a little bit more. But yeah, no, I think there are goals in it. I think these Europa League games, we always have these chances that we miss. If we can be clinical, that's going to be massive, And I think I don't know if we're playing. I think we're playing at home first. Which again, I like.
It's better. I do prefer.
I like that because then we can go into the away leg going, how many goals do we need to score? Because the
reverse fixture of obviously Chelsea and Porto, like I just told you about before,
it's
need
scary.
To, now we have to, we have to make sure we score at home and not concede.
So so if we, for example, if we did Tottenham and 1-2-0, we go right, we score another, they've got to score 4.
Yeah, 100%.
But obviously we've got to keep that clean sheet in the first leg, and we've got a massive chance of going through. But look, take it game by game, and I would like to move on now to the Chelsea FA Cup quarter-final match. Yes. So you're into the semis. You're on your way to Wembley now.
Yeah. Look, it was a very lucky game. I'm not going to even lie. There was probably one of the worst performances Chelsea have had under Tuchel so far. Obviously, 2-0 win. First goal coming from Ben Chilwell. Ball into the box.
Wasn't it an own goal?
Yeah, so ball came into the box from a corner. I think it might have been Mason Mount whipping it in. 3 players, Mark Zuma. I think a lot of people know Zuma's a very aerial threat. Comes out to Chilwell, drills it back into the box, takes the deflection off, I think it was Norwich or Norwell, and then goes into the back of the net to make it 1-0. And then again, we just looked really lackluster. I don't think we had any idea what we were doing. Some standout players for me, though, were the likes of Billy Gilmore, the Scottish international. I think he's an absolute baller. I think the way he conducts himself on the ball, and he's very present in that midfield, is something that Chelsea we've had. I'm not gonna lie, like Jorginho. I mean, we've got some good players, but
through your academy, they're different.
Billy Gilmore brings something different to the side, and I'm really excited to see his future at the club. But I am worried about him leaving, just because Tuchel has declined a loan move this time of the season. But coming in next season, will he keep him? Will he go out on loan?
I'd like to see Gilmore go out on loan because
and so would I. But
I'm
worried with the situation we're having Ruben Loftus-Cheek at the moment, where Ruben Loftus-Cheek was really good under Maurizio Sarri, showed his absolute quality, and Ruben's probably was one of our best players that season. I mean, 6'4" or something like that, absolute godly on the ball.
Yeah,
and then had his Achilles injury. Kind of killed his season off, hasn't really found form since. He's gone to Fulham, which he's actually found a bit of form at, and Fulham are really looking forward to signing him, and Chelsea don't seem hesitant to let him go.
Yeah.
And I don't want that happening to Gilmore, where we let him go out on loan, we kind of forget about him a little bit. He does well, and then Chelsea, we would probably would keep him, but it becomes a Salah, Kevin De Bruyne situation where he goes and, does it again in a Liverpool side or in a side like Bayern Munich or in a, it does worry me, but, I think he played really well. Pulisic, I don't know if anyone saw the Instagram post I put up. Absolute baller of this game. I mean, what pissed me off, though, was the Sheffield players were trying to fucking kill the man. I mean, there should have been about fucking 6 yellow cards in the first 20 minutes. This guy was beating everybody on the wing for his pace and his skill moves, and they were just trying to fucking hack him. And it's the same thing that happened with Hazard that we're seeing in present day. Mourinho came out about 4 years ago and said the referees need to protect Eden Hazard. Otherwise, he will no longer be here anymore. Not in terms he's going to die, but he won't be able to play football.
Yeah.
And you see him at Real Madrid plagued with injuries.
Yeah.
And that is literally because he's been hacked and injured because players fucking tackle so dirty on these type of players. These skillful, light-footed players like your Sakas, like your Callum Hudson-Odois, Eden Hazard.
Yeah.
Like Pulisic is one of those players which is almost too good for his own for himself. Like, he gets himself in these situations where he can get injured, and he's obviously suffered an injury recently, which he's only just came back from, and he's already getting hacked. And it was just a bit annoying. The refs don't book these type of fouls that are so cynical, that are so clear and obvious to me that what they're trying to do. They're trying to break this player down. They're trying to get him off injured. Yeah, because he imposes a threat. Anyway, he had a really nice elastico that he did was absolutely disgusting. I mean, the way he got in and out of the player, right to left, and with his left foot came inside. I think Pulisic does need to work on his shooting, though. I think that's the one thing he lacks in his game is finishing. I mean, last season he did score an amazing hat-trick under Frank Lampard, which I'll never forget about. But, I was in Bali at the time as well. Yeah. Funny story about this. It's a bit of a sidetrack. I was in Bali, fucked off my head. I go to the bar and Chelsea are playing. I'm like, oh, shit, yeah, Chelsea are playing. Watch him, and fucking Pulisic bangs in 3 goals in about fucking 30, 45 minutes, and it was insane. Yeah. Insane to watch. But anyway, back on topic. It was just a really good memory that brought up. Yeah. But yeah, Pulisic played really well. Zuma again played really well. Emerson came back into the side, I think, rewarded from his Champions League goal he got to get us into the last 6. And yeah, he played well as well. But I think overall we got very lucky. Sheffield showed a lot of chances. I think they started to build in the second half. I feel like Kepa really played well, kept a good clean sheet, and made some very important saves. And then when Kante came on with Ziyech and Havertz, we reinstalled the game. I think the second half, Sheffield, like I said, were building. They were showing a lot of dominance on the ball. They weren't scared to attack us. They broke us down really easily, which kind of scared me a little bit because we play like that against Porto. And that's what scares me. Chelsea seem to underestimate the smaller sides. If you go through the season, we drew to Southampton 1-0. Yeah. We drew to Leeds 0-0. We nearly lost to Sheffield on the weekend. Obviously we won 2-0, but again, was one of those games. Wolves, when Tuchel took over, 0-0. I'm not saying these are small clubs, but these are the smaller sides in the league that we struggle against. Yeah. And if we do these things against Porto, we will be punished. But overall, I think we got lucky in that game. I think Ziyech's last goal he got was insane. It was a ball in from Chilwell, I believe, which was touched down and finished really nicely. And the formation, it was good, but I do want to see a bit more forward at the back. I do like the 3-4-2-1 every now and then. I think it does suit our side quite well. But in that game, you could just see that it wasn't working. We were getting broken down too easily on the wings. I feel like they had too many balls into the box. It was just lucky that Sheffield seemed to bring their 2 attacking players inwards more. And when Brewster came on, he kind of missed a lot of chances that he should have took. I mean, if that was any other striker in any league, they would have took it. Brewster kind of rushed at his chances, and that's just because he's not a striker in form at the moment. He's not been playing a lot of games, and I think Ryan Brewster will shine. He's very, very good promise in that team. Yeah, so you're marching on to... You're going to Wembley now, 17th of April. You're versing City. How do you think you guys are going to go? We play against how we did against Sheffield. We'll do shit, but I don't think that will happen again. I think that was just a slight blend. So. I think that was just. I think honestly that was just because we played a very rotated side, and especially a lot like Emerson being. We played like a 3 at the back with like Emerson in one of the centre back positions, which Emerson isn't a centre back. So that was a bit weird to see. But I think we played the side we played against Atletico, and like I said, when we bought Kante, Havertz, and who else was it? Sorry, 2 secs. Yeah, and Ziyech in, we looked a lot better. So I think we'll start a very strong team against City. I think it'll be our main team, obviously. And I think we'll look a lot better. I think it's going to be a tough game. I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit scared because I feel like City will find a way to score. They always do. No matter who they come up against, they find a way to break teams down. And with the movement off the ball at the moment, like Gundogan, Mahrez, like all these players playing so in form. I mean, Gundogan's got 16 goals this season. Yeah. The guy's a fucking centre mid, mate. Yeah, look, the only thing that I would be, if I was a Chelsea fan, nervous about is the closest any English team's ever been to doing a quadruple. Yeah. They are City are, 100%. City will be thinking about it, and Guardiola will be prepping them, saying... And because this is something that Guardiola's had a lot of times where he's gone to these situations and choked it, and he needs to rectify this. And no other English team's done it. And the League Cup is pretty much known as City's trophy, so let's not... Well, I'm not trying to guarantee it for them, but let's say they beat Tottenham, or whether, they end up in the final against Tottenham, or whatever in the final against who, they'll probably win it. Yeah. The FA Cup, again, if they beat us, they're probably going to win that. Yeah. Champions League, if they go and beat Dortmund, and then obviously, we're in that as well, which we could come against them as well. So in the final, yeah, it's going to be And the thing with City as well, we got them in 3. If we could have them 3 times in about a month.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have them in the league coming up, the Premier League. We got them reversing them. Then we have them in the FA Cup, and then we also fucking have them in the Champions League if we obviously progress through
to the final. Yeah,
the final, and obviously they progress through as well.
Yeah. So no, it'll be interesting. But yeah, look, I think
could be the battle of the 2 fucking minds and 2 tacticians in the league at the moment, Guardiola and Tuchel.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, look, we're looking at it, seeing that no other English team's done it before, the quadruple, and that's the part where I would be scared because. Yeah.
But you just can't knock. I think the thing that we can't forget is we can't knock both teams' forms in terms of Tuchel. Like I said, after this game against Sheffield, 14 games unbeaten now, 0 goals conceded in the last 11 hours of football, which is a mad stat to think about.
Yeah.
And, Guardiola, again, is someone who prides himself on attacking football. Tuchel as well, when he was at Dortmund, a very attacking player, very attacking football. Obviously, at Chelsea, it's not really working out with goals so far.
I mean, he's got to get his own players.
Yeah, once it starts clicking, I think it will come through. But
yeah,
I am worried. I think the City game is going to be a fucking tough game.
Yeah, 100%. You've got to remember, he's inherited this squad. And, once he gets his own players in, you'll see the Chelsea under the Tuchel's Chelsea.
Tuchel's proper
so
Chelsea,
that's what I'm saying. So, like, even if you, for example, don't win the FA Cup or the Champions, don't discredit him yet.
Oh, 100%.
Give
I
him a
still
transfer
think
window,
people got to understand, for someone taking over like an interim manager coming in,
inherit a squad,
I think people are getting a bit carried away with the narrative, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing to get carried away with, but the last time this did happen, obviously Di Matteo came in, obviously was assistant coach that season, obviously took over, and then won us the Champions League, obviously.
Yeah.
I think players are. I think a lot of fans are hoping for the same storyline, and I am hoping for that too. Don't get me wrong. I dream about this every night before I go to bed, but we're going to be realistic. This is his not even first season yet at the club, and he's doing so many good things already. Let's give him time. Let's respect to see what he can do next season. And already, I'm looking forward to next season already, and I just hope we do take a trophy this season because we got to the FA Cup final last season. This is like the 5th time fifth time out of the last 6 times we've been in the FA Cup where we got to the semi-finals. So it is looking good. Yeah,
100%. All right, so do you want to move on to the Arsenal Premier League game?
Yeah.
So we were 3-0 down after... Oh, mate.
Yeah, that was a bit of troll. I don't know what the fuck happened in that game, mate.
The Lingard goal, I accept because that was a fucking...
That was a worldie top bins outside the foot.
But for half an hour, we didn't even touch the ball. And that was really... I was really...
Antonio just absolutely ripped your defence apart as well.
And deep down, you know what? Even when we were 3-0 down, I had this feeling, and although we
wasn't
hadn't
over
touched the
yet,
ball, I had a feeling that we get back into it. And although, I heard Carragher sort of saying, Arsenal won't be able to get back into it. No, not many teams can come back from 3-0 down.
It is true.
Yeah, and they
statistically,
I think Aubameyang was non-existent. I was disappointed in that. That second goal was appalling. Where there was a foul, everyone turned their back to the ball.
Yeah, and then they played the quick free kick. That was I think these days. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah. These days you can't be doing shit like that.
Yeah, 100%. So I was disappointed with our lads for that. I thought Leno, although you blame the lads, I thought Leno could have done better in that second goal. It went straight between his legs. I've been disappointed in Leno for the past few weeks. I think that he hasn't been
best game,
as what he could be. He's been letting in a few silly goals, giving away the balls to Ceballos, and then obviously Benfica going to score. So there's been those moments where I'm kind of thinking like these lads that
what the fuck if moments.
Normally at the beginning of the season everyone's shit, and then towards the end of the season they all pick up and they go on a brilliant run.
Football,
Now it's like reverse for us. Like all the players that have been good for us at the beginning of the season have kind of made a turn for the worse. So I was disappointed in that. We went 3-1 up. There was 2 own goals, Souček, and I can't remember who the other one was. I didn't really care. I was like, well, as long as that's gone in.
I think they've had 4 own goals in the last 2 games. West Ham.
Yeah, something like that. So they were 3-0 up. We went in 3-1 at half-time. Lacazette was sort of... that ball
finish?
Sticks to him.
Oh, my
That ball
God.
sticks to him. The way he holds that ball up is insane, and that's why I prefer him.
It chests it onto his knee down, then it smacks it top.
Yeah, 100%.
And was that to make it 3-1?
3-1. Then we went into half-time, and oh man, I'm sure Mikel would have fucking bollocked them because it came back to...
A couple of water bottles would have been thrown.
Yeah, because it came back to the second half, and Arteta was just the only one sitting there like waiting and like in like his manager seat, just waiting on his own sort of thing. Yeah. And I could just tell that he wasn't happy, and I'm glad because that's what we need.
You want to see that, yeah.
We need to start doing that. We need to start calling these lads out. And Lacazette, again, went to... No, Callum Chambers whipped the ball into the box, and it was an own goal by... I can't remember who. Let me fact check this.
It was, what's his name? He scored an own goal last week as well. He's done it 2 weeks in a row now for West Ham. Yeah,
that's fucking unfortunate. It was Dawson.
But didn't you guys get a header from Lacazette as well, or was that a previous game?
That was a 3-3.
Yeah, that was a 3-3.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to also say, Aubameyang got substituted off, which was massive. Another reason why I thought,
what minute was that in?
Sorry.
What minute did that substitute happen?
First minute.
Okay.
And. Yeah, Aubameyang was non-existent. And what I mean, like, they showed up some crazy stat that he made 3 sprints in the whole game. And this is like...
That's work ethic's appalling.
That's a guy who you credit off of, like, your speed.
His work ethic and speed and the distance covered almost, 100%.
And that's where I'm kind of like, where's the effort? You're our captain, where's the effort? And that's why I think there's something more. And I'm not saying it's a contract thing. I think maybe... something in training, maybe something behind the scenes, I don't know, maybe just
not enjoying life at Arsenal.
Yeah, maybe it has something to do with all the players that Arteta got rid of in January. Because he was close with Socrates, he was close with Kolasinac, all them.
People forget these are human beings, they have friendships, it does affect people in different ways. Not excusing it, I'm just saying this is how players react sometimes, and sometimes they can be ungrateful and spoiled, and
100%. But yeah, so then Martinelli came on, and as Aubameyang was substituted 81st minute, Lacazette scored the 82nd minute, and obviously Aubameyang didn't walk off.
He started celebrating. I saw that. Yeah.
Aubameyang ran back on the pitch to celebrate with the lads, so that was cool.
But that was kind of nice to see. That's what when you said that, I was gonna say I thought I saw Aubameyang celebrating with Lacazette. With all these smiling.
Walking around behind the thing, but
running back.
Pepe whipped a lovely ball into Lacazette to score the equaliser, and look, it was one of those games where it's like. The first 30 minutes has been our season in a nutshell. We're being inconsistent, but then the last 60 minutes, if we had played like that the whole season, we would have gone and won the league because it was just it's so up and down.
You did us a favour, to be honest, with Chelsea. I mean, West Ham were like pressing us for top 4, and then they go and choke a game 3-0 up.
Yeah. Like Mikel said, in his post-match interview, he said, look, before I came in, we could never play up here against top 6.
Yeah.
He said, now we can. He said, but we can't be dropping points down here, and that's what we're doing, and that's what we need to rectify, the small margins. For example, we're versing Liverpool next. I'm not worried whatsoever.
I would not be worried coming against
Liverpool. I feel like we
can
get a result against any top 6 side under Arteta.
That's something you never used to think.
And that's something that I'd always used to be like,
I remember even having a conversation with you last year, the mindset before you'd message you like, we're coming up against Chelsea and you're going to fucking batter us.
100%, I couldn't believe that I had the confidence going into the Tottenham game that we could potentially win it, because beforehand it'd be like, what's the result going to be? But then when we versed the likes of like Brighton, Burnley, West Ham, Southampton, it's like, what Arsenal's going to show up? Is it going to be the one that's gone and beaten Liverpool a few times since Arteta's been in, or United or Chelsea, or we're going to have the team that comes in and gives away a 3-0 lead in the first half? So look, obviously, look, I'm happy that we came back. What I want to rant about as well is these fucking African experts on Facebook.
They don't even watch any of the games.
100%. Callum Chambers came in and he put in a man of the match performance. He created 2 of the goals. And he cleared a ball off the line for the 4th goal conceded. And he got man of the match on Sky and on BT. And one of these African fans posted on the Arsenal page when they said, appreciation thread, they were like, good, but if Cedric was playing, we would have won the game. Now, I'm sort of sitting there thinking, what does Cedric do? He's a right
what have you seen?
What does Cedric
show me that he's better than Chambers?
Yeah, Cedric is a solid right back, and at the moment, it's Cedric and Chambers sort of fighting for the right back position, and Bellerin's really trying to play catch up now. He's out of the picture at the moment. He's going to be sold, but it's like, man, to me, it's like they see a lineup, they go, right, I don't recognise Callum Chambers' name because he hasn't played for a year.
Yeah.
So if we don't win, it's on him.
And this isn't, by the way, this is before people try to come at us with this fucking racism shit.
No,
it's not that. Or this is literally
it's when you go on the
if you're a football fan, a lot of these African fans don't watch any of the games. So all they
100%.
see is these lineups coming up on their Instagrams, on their Facebooks, and they don't even bother to check out anything else. And they don't have access to watch the games in most of these countries these guys are in.
And a lot of these fans have a lot of pulling power in what happens with managers being sacked.
Yeah, and because there's such a big fan base on this. Africa's a fucking big country. So
yeah. And as soon as something happens, you can go and dominate. We could go to the Europa League final, be dominating the whole game, lose on a penalty, And everyone will be like, Arteta out because we didn't win this.
Same with the Chelsea fan base, mate.
And
yeah,
then
I get it all the time.
Then you go to their profile picture and they're wearing a United shirt, and then the second one they're wearing a Liverpool shirt. And it's like, why don't you fuck off and find like an actual club to support?
Yeah, and like dedicate yourself to that club. Doesn't even have to be a Premier League club. You can go find a Serie A or whatever. You know? Yeah, I guess
100%. So I got into a fucking few rants with a few people, and I'm glad I came out on top because I think I got like 30 likes on 2 fucking comments each.
Hey, is this on Reddit? I'm assuming.
No, Facebook.
Yeah.
I just fucking called them all out because they were all saying like, Chambers was at fault. I was like, no, he created 2 goals. If it wasn't for him, it would have been 3-1 because Pepe created the third one. And actually, it would have been 4-3.
And these are the same fans that don't even watch the 90 minutes of football. They go watch the 5-minute highlight video, or not even 3-minute highlight video
even
on
like
YouTube.
Just fan reaction videos, and like not even your own fans. You can go watch like I don't know the Chelsea Tottenham reaction on the Tottenham channel, and then they get the fucking idea from them when they don't fucking.
Even though the Tottenham fans are biased to their club,
100%. But look, I'm fucking done talking about that. So anyway, we verse Liverpool next and Slavia Prague. I'm not worried about Liverpool. I'm more worried about Slavia Prague. Other fixtures.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not watch any Premier League
there
on the
was
weekend.
nothing really other than United being knocked out by Leicester. I didn't see the goals. All I know is that they're.
Is this? Oh, you're talking about the FA Cup game?
Cup,
yeah, I saw that game. Inneacho now.
Hat-trick?
This is a shout out to him. He's now the highest African goal scorer in the FA Cup's history, beating Didier Drogba, my king.
Yeah.
With I think. I don't want to misquote this. I think, can you look it up for me? It's just type in Inneacho record FA Cup. It should come up on the first thing. But I think it's about 12 goals he's scored. But yeah, I think what a player he's been since coming from City to Leicester. I think obviously had a bit of a slow start joining Leicester, but since then he's played absolutely amazing football. I will check if it was a hat-trick, but I'm pretty sure it was. All I know is that he played an absolutely outstanding game. I saw the highlights. Obviously didn't get to watch the full game. But yeah, I think he's been absolutely a highlight player since coming in. I think him and Vardy linking up really well at the moment. But yeah, I think it was a hat-trick. Let me get it up. Yeah, 2 goals and Tielemans. Yeah, so the 2 goals he scored were absolute worldies, and then Tielemans had his drive into the bottom left corner. I remember it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ian actually scored 2 beautiful goals and
15 goals.
There you go.
In his 15 starts.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm reading. Yeah.
So,
does that sound about right?
Yeah, all I know is that he's literally took over Didier Drogba's record now. He's the highest scoring African in the FA Cup. So people, so there you go. That counteracts the fucking argument of us being
2 Spursy things I want to say that's happened the past 24 hours.
Go on.
I'd like to say. Harry Kane wants to leave Tottenham.
I saw that. I was going to bring that up as a topic, but I think we'll leave that to next episode.
Fucking what is it? Levy wants 120 million minimum.
Yeah.
So
2 Spursy things, of course.
And Bale. Did you read about him?
I didn't read about Bale.
How he said he never wanted to join Tottenham permanently.
Wow.
He only came to get fit for the Euros, and he wants to go back to Madrid.
So he came out and said that, or has been reported?
Literally for Wales. And now all the Tottenham fans are pissed. They're like, you used us. They're like, we thought you wanted to join us permanently. And he's like, no, the only reason I came was to get fit for the Euros.
Because he knew he wouldn't get game time at Real Madrid, isn't he?
Yeah.
So do you reckon he'll go back? So obviously Madrid will take him back, and I think Mourinho.
Do you know?
I heard Mourinho came out in a post-match conference saying it's up to Real Madrid. It's not up to me. It's not up to Levi. It's up to Real Madrid.
Do you know how much Bale's earning?
Yeah, 500k a week.
No, 700k.
What?
700k. They've split it 50-50. Tottenham play.
I know he's the most paid. He's the most paid player in the Premier League at the moment. Yeah. He's the highest paid player.
Tottenham pay about 350k.
Earning,
Madrid pay 350k. But yeah, 100%. Why would you leave on 700k a week?
Yeah.
The only reason, like you said, golf, Wales, something else.
Yeah,
Real
golf,
Madrid.
Wales, Real Madrid, Tottenham.
Yeah, 100%. So for him, he'd be like, look, I'm getting 700k a week. The only thing I want to do is go play for Wales.
Mate,
and represent my country.
Do you imagine how rich this guy is?
100%,
I'm getting a bit sad now.
No, 100%.
I thought my fucking I'm there my $400 a week going, that's all right.
But anyway, we got some World Cup qualifiers coming up this week.
International break.
Big 3 games.
England need to fucking win, though. I swear to God.
Yeah, look, the first 2 games look quite easy. I think we're playing San Marino first in Albania. The third one will be the more complex one, but we should get through it.
Did you see I like to always watch the videos on the FA England channel on YouTube, their little walk-ins.
They're walk-ins, yeah.
Fucking hell, I love them, mate. Foden, mate, he's so class. Even Rashford. I think Rashford's a bit rude to one of the players. One of the girls, she asked me if he had breakfast. He went, nah, I had snacks this morning.
Yeah, the only thing I hate about this now, and it's for both of us because both
injuries.
Injuries, especially with like the quarterfinals.
Mount, I don't want Mount getting injured. That's the one player I don't
want
getting
injured.
Saka.
Yeah,
well, one thing that made me laugh is Mendy hasn't gone to Signal for his international break because he's getting surgery on his teeth.
Really?
So I've come out, and my conspiracy is I reckon he's got like some dental thing or something wrong with his teeth, and Tuchel doesn't want to lose Mendy because he's his number one keeper. And I think he said, "Look, mate, get the surgery now." Because a lot of let's be real, no coaches hit it. They don't want their players going on international break because they don't know what the fuck they're doing in their regimes. They have no idea what the fitness is like when they go over there. They have no idea how they react to the players. I think a lot of them do trust England though, because England's got quite a good setup with how we treat players. But like these foreign teams, we have fucking no clue what's going on. So I think that Mendy situation, a lot of fans have said, can you not do that to all our players? Send them for an old dental trip to the dentist. But yeah, it is pretty fucking funny.
Well, other than that, obviously it's been quite a quiet week due to like, it was the FA Cup weekend.
And it was a lot of catch-up games in the Premier League. I just, I'm not going to lie, I do like watching my Premier League football, and I will tune into games when I can see them. But living in Perth, like I said, a lot of them are late kickoffs. And, I'm in bed by then. So yeah,
hopefully we'll catch up over the international break to do like some England
I'd love to, if you guys do want to see an international break episode, let us know in the comments. Or even send us a message on the old Instagram if we want to.
Because that'll be World Cup.
Because we did one last time and it did really well. So
so we did World Cup qualifiers. We might even do like some little mini game or something there. Not with like a forfeit at the end, but we'll do something like some mini games. Maybe do like a ultimate Chelsea Arsenal debate of best 11 or something like that. Yeah. So let us know. But do you want to move on to the quiz before we wrap this episode up? Yeah. All right. So
my phone's about to die. So yeah, let's definitely
we'll do the exact same format as last week. I'll ask you 3. You ask me 3. If you get 3 right, you get the fourth one.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
So at the moment, the table stands. I've got 4 points. Luke has 2.
Yes.
Both weeks on the
comeback, boys. Come on.
Both weeks on the trot, I've gotten 2 right, and Luke's gotten 1. So this week, if I get 2 right and you get 1, it's a madness, honestly. Yeah. The way this is happening. But anyway,
so it's been 2-2 and 1-1 every week for me. Like, you got 2, you got 2. I got 1. I got 1.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. So
can anyone get all 3?
Yeah, that's the thing.
The bonus question, by the way, if you get the bonus question as well, mate, you've took 4 points. So
yeah, 100%.
Anyway,
so on the 28th of October, 1998, John Terry made his debut for Chelsea as a late substitute in a League Cup tie. Against which opponent? Is it A, Bolton Wanderers, B, Leeds United, or C, Aston Villa?
So Bolton, Leeds, and Aston Villa.
On the 28th of October, 98, came on as a late substitute.
I think if Bolton were even in the Premier League at that point.
In a League Cup.
Oh, League Cup? Okay,
League
Cup. Sorry.
In 1998.
I want to either say Bolton or Aston Villa. And I'm purely going to guess this. I'm going to say Aston Villa.
Correct.
Yes.
So you got 1 right. Okay, so at the moment it's 4-3.
All right.
Okay. Who made the following statement in 2005? I'd rather sell ground nuts in my village than play for a pathetic team like Chelsea. Is it A, Samuel Eto'o, B, Yaya Toure, C, Ronaldinho?
It has to be Ronaldinho or who was the other one? Sorry, the middle one. B
Toure.
Option. Toure. It has to be Toure or Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho is a funny player, but I'm gonna say B, Yaya Toure.
Incorrect.
Was it Ronaldinho?
No.
Was it Eto'o?
Eto'o.
And he went to play for our club.
Yeah,
oh
that's
my
why
God.
I put it in.
That was a trick question.
I was like, that was. I knew that would throw you because I was like, I read it. I was like, actually, I searched up like Chelsea quotes and I found it, and I was like, right, this is one of the questions that I'm going to put down.
What club was he at when he's Arsenal? Was it Barca? Yeah. He was quite a selfish player though. He didn't really care about what team.
And then I was like, I'm surely Eto'o did play for Chelsea. I
he did.
2013.
He played really well for us as well.
Yeah.
Fucking cunt. I'm pissed now.
Well, there you go. So all right, so now it's what, 4-3 still? Yeah, 4-3, cool.
4-3 still.
All right, what year were Chelsea promoted to the first division for the first time? 1905, 1906, or 1907?
So we were founded in 1905. I'm not sure if we would have started. It has to be 1905 or 1906. I'm going to say A, 1905.
Incorrect.
What was it?
1907.
Fuck.
So
2 years after they were founded, yeah.
4-3. So thankfully I survive a week
of
being ahead, and hopefully I can...
there's some... I like those questions, by the way. There's some good questions.
Yeah.
All right.
I can gain some leverage in this round. Okay,
fucking hell. That was my chance, bro. The second one was such a quality question. Okay. Arsenal began their European adventures in which season? Was it A, 1962-1963, B, 1963-1964, or C, 1964, 1965?
I'm going to go B.
Correct.
Oh, mate, I shit out that. 100%,
Did you actually?
100%.
You can't.
100%. 100%.
Okay, Mark, second question. How many games did it take Jensen, or I might be mispronouncing it, to score his first Arsenal goal? Was it A, 97? Was it B, 99? Or was it C, 98?
I'm going to go 98.
Oh, you fucker, man. You fucker. That's correct, by the way.
All right, okay, so I've got 6 points so far, and if I get this next one right,
you could get to the
get
fourth
all
one.
three.
Yeah, and you could get to the fourth one, the special question.
All right.
Let's fucking hope you don't, otherwise I'm fucked. I'm finished.
All right.
All right. In 1996-97 season, it saw Arsenal face German opposition in the UEFA Cup first round. But who did they play? Was it A, Bayern Munich? Was it B, Borussia Dortmund? Or was it C, Borussia Mönchengladbach?
I'm going to go Bayern Munich.
Wrong. It was C,
off.
Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Damn it. All right. Each week, man, I get 2 and then I fuck
And I get
up.
1, bro. And I don't know, I'm pissing me off, bro.
Yeah, man. But those questions were a lot harder this week
Yeah,
than they were last
I tried to
couple
up the ante a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you know your shit, Mark. And by the way, that's a big shout out to Mark, by the way. Like, you can't not knock this guy's fan. Like, he's not a plastic. True fucking Arsenal fan. True Gunners fan. And he's repping you all. So you gotta respect him.
Well, anyway, look, hopefully, we're going to be doing this quiz all the way up to either Arsenal or Chelsea's last game of the season. So if Chelsea are in the cup final and we've got nothing, we're still going to be doing this quiz to give them more of a chance. And once both our teams have done for the season, then that's when we do the cut-off of the quiz. So we've got plenty more time. We've still got another 10 league games, still got another load of Europa League games.
A lot more quizzes to go. That's pretty much what we're trying to say.
Although it's 6-3 at the moment,
it's
going to be a long time before we're going to find out.
I'm going to have to hope next week you have an absolute shambles and you get 0 and I get like 3.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that I could really come back.
Look, at the moment I've got I could absolutely fucking
because you know what could happen next week?
What?
I'm trying to predict this and make this happen. You can
Manifest
get 0 and I get 4. If I get the bonus question,
anything
I take the lead. You never know.
Anything can happen. It could be like
anything happen in the world of quizzes and
Dinamo Zagreb, mate. You could knock me out the fucking
And speaking about quizzes, I actually have a latitude quiz night coming up, and apparently there's gonna be some football questions in there. So wish me luck, boys.
Yeah,
hopefully 100%.
I
don't do as shit as I do on this show.
You'll know it. You'll know things like what team said, what player said, I'd rather sell ground nuts in my village.
Samuel Eto'o, bro. That is so funny. I didn't even know that, but that is absolutely gold.
In 05.
So what do you say? A bag of chestnuts?
Ground nuts.
Ground nuts. Oh
in my village, and to play for a pathetic team like Chelsea. And
but he must have an upcoming game.
Yeah, it was just before you lot playing him in the Champions League. But yeah, I think that's not just that. I think Louise has come out and said something about Arsenal.
Oh, bro, Mourinho said he would never ever coach Tottenham.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things, but I was like, he's going to turn it. If he knows his shit, he knows Eto'o played for Chelsea, so it wouldn't be him. And then I put in Yaya Toure and Ronaldinho. Because
I thought Ronaldinho's cheeky. He's always been his party scene, so I thought maybe him. But then I was like, Yaya Toure would be like, how it worked out was he might be the silent killer here. He doesn't really talk much, but he might have said a bit of a knock against
05 as well, yeah.
And you picked 3 players that come from probably village backgrounds as well. So you didn't make it easy.
Yeah. All right, well, no, respectively, these have been hard questions, and it's not like who scored this goal in like the 2020. These are proper difficult questions. So shout out to us lads for going so
giving
far.
It a go, you know.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. And well, no one can really send us in the questions because then we can kind of research the answers. So we can't kind of get the fans involved. But
we could, what we could do? We could send him before the quiz night happens or the quiz on the episode. We could kind of ask people who they think's going to win this week.
Yeah,
little poll.
I
know they're probably going to pick you most of the weeks, and I don't blame you. Go with the winners. But
no, it's mine to lose now. Let's face
it. Underdogs here, boys.
Yeah.
I'm here to step up when I under pressure I perform. So don't count me out just yet.
Exactly. But look, I've got to go. I've got to go watch Perth Glory soon.
Yeah, it's a good game coming up.
And you've got a big week coming up.
Yeah, I've got a big week. Driving test coming up in a couple of days, lads. So wish me luck.
Yeah, you're gonna smash it, man.
Yeah, and then, smash that out.
Then we'll catch up and do some England games, and we'll march on into our European football.
Fixtures, yeah.
And it's going to be a big last final third of the season, man. And I'm excited.
But as always, guys, we really enjoy you listening. If you haven't already, go check us out on the Instagram at 3 Points Podcast _
Like, subscribe, comment on YouTube. Luke will do all the fucking tags
socials,
and stuff like that. And Spotify, iTunes, whatever it's on. And
it is on iTunes as well. We figured out.
Yeah,
and by the way, no idea if this is true. We got an email come through. I don't know if you read it. Apparently, we're in the top 100 podcasts for soccer. Soccer. I say that with parentheses. Soccer. Yeah, we're in the top 100 for football podcasts on iTunes, which is kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't looked. I haven't fact checked. We got an email from one of the companies that Buzzsprout or whatever.
Yeah.
They emailed us, so we'd have to double check it. But we're 103rd place, so not really top 100, but 103rd.
I love you, iTunes. You're my favorite streaming service. Always rated you.
So that's pretty mad.
Although I only use Spotify, I do rate you, iTunes.
We rate iTunes.
Thank you very much.
Don't even use it, but it is what it is. Anyway, we appreciate you guys listening, and we'll catch you next time.
All right, see ya. Bye.